Donald Trump is back as the president-elect of the United States. But this time, he's taking on the role with a legal cloud hanging over him. He's not just dealing with one or two lawsuits. Trump faces 4 major criminal cases, something no US president has encountered before. So what happens to these cases now that he's set to return to the Oval Office? Out of the 4 criminal cases, Donald Trump is facing 2 federal cases. The most high profile of this is about January 6th, when the Capitol Hill was stormed by his supporters as he tried to contest his 2020 election loss to Joe Biden. Trump is accused of attempting to overturn the election, which led to charges filed by special counsel Jack Smith. Trump has pleaded not guilty, and the case has been tied up in legal back and forth. The Supreme Court has already ruled that Trump has partial immunity from criminal charges related to his official actions. So Smith refiled, arguing Trump's actions were not part of his duties as president. While the other federal case involves Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents. After leaving the White House, he took government files to Mar-a-Lago. Federal authorities say he obstructed their efforts to retrieve the files. This case was actually dismissed by a judge this summer, but it was appealed. And now, with Trump returning to office, the DOJ is reportedly considering dropping the case altogether. Now here's where Trump's return to the presidency changes the game. The Department of Justice has a long-standing policy that makes it difficult, if not possible, to prosecute a sitting president. With Trump back in the driver's seat, legal experts say these federal charges may simply disappear. In addition to that, Trump has already said he'd fire special counsel Jack Smith, who's prosecuting these cases. In fact, he once said he'd fire him within 2 seconds if he returns to the White House. But Trump also faces charges on the state level. Unlike federal cases, he doesn't have direct power over them as president. These include his Manhattan case, where he was convicted on 34 felony counts related to falsifying business records over hush money payments to an adult film star named Stormy Daniels. A conviction that made Trump the first former president to be found guilty of such an offense. The case already has a sentencing date coming up, but Trump's lawyers are expected to request delays, arguing that the sentencing could distract him from his presidential duties. Legal scholars believe it's unlikely that a sitting president could be jailed, so the sentencing may be postponed until after Trump leaves office. The other state case is in Georgia, where Trump was indicted for trying to overturn his 2020 election defeat in the state. Prosecutors there have hit a few obstacles themselves, including challenges to the district attorney overseeing the case. But with Trump now elected as president, this case could face even more delays or possibly go on pause altogether while he's in office. There's another big question on the table. Could Trump just pardon himself? Technically, yes, but only for federal charges. A self-pardon would be groundbreaking, as no US president has ever done it. And while a federal pardon could protect him from the January 6th and classified documents case, it wouldn't apply to state cases. So he'd still face charges in Georgia and New York. Well, it's a legal maze. Trump's legal battles are in uncharted waters. But Trump's election victory could shield him from immediate consequences in all 4 cases. With federal charges likely to be dismissed and state cases potentially on hold, Trump's legal challenges may remain unresolved for years, as the entire US legal system faces an unprecedented challenge: how to handle criminal cases involving a sitting president. Bureau Report, India Today Global.